I know what you guys did last Friday. Now, I'm not some stalker, but I can tell from the glint in your eyes and the smile on your faces that the holiday shopping season has certainly commenced. What do I mean by that? Technology has certainly changed how we approach our lives, and one aspect is how we shop. Amazon.com has recently reported a 25% sales increase in the number of products that they have sold. Now compare that to their brick and mortar competitors, Walmart, Target, Best Buy. They've all reported losses during Black Friday. So my question is, what does this tell us about our society as a whole? It is telling us that technology is having a profound impact on how we make choices in our daily lives. Now, shopping isn't the only aspect that technology has changed our lives. One of the most important is education. For example, when I was in college, whenever I had a question, my choices to find the answer were threefold. Do I go to the library, get in my car, drive to the library, check out a book, go through the book, and try to find the answer? Or do I log into my computer, sit there in my PJs with a cup of Joe, type the query that I had into Google, and just go from there? Well, I'll give you an example. My query was the central dogma of biology, because I was trying to prep up for this exam that I had coming up. And within seconds, Google was able to articulate what I could not. And that was what I wanted, was a quick answer. So I'll give you that quick answer. They say that DNA starts in the nucleus, and it cannot leave the nucleus. So obviously, it's DNA that is transcribed into mRNA. And mRNA is the molecule that leaves the nucleus and enters the cytoplasm. And in the cytoplasm, what do you have? It's an aqueous substance. And so here, magic, because I really don't want to get into the ribosomal subunits and all that takes place, but I'll just condense everything down and say that you have the assembly of proteins from amino acids. So you've got these little amino acids that are linked by peptide bonds as they go across, and then after that, folding happens. So you go from the primary structure to the secondary structure to the tertiary structure until finally you have this amazing thing called a protein. And so Google gives you all of that within 5 seconds. Isn't that amazing how much technology has changed our lives? But I wanted to go a little bit deeper than just how great technology is, right? Because we know its power and we know its influence. But what are its limitations? What is it that we can do without technology? That is what I want to address. Now, ideas. Ideas are the sole property of the human imagination, because we start out with a whim, and from that whim, we refine that to an idea. And from the idea, we can tell a story. This is the magic of speech making, is how you start from these ideas, like those little peptide bonds that I was talking about earlier. You have to link those ideas and have structure. And when you have structure, you can mold that structure from a 2-dimensional skeletal outline into a 3-dimensional story worth sharing. And when you have that story, you can communicate with others. And when you can communicate with others, then you have something more than just an idea, more than a figment of your imagination. This is very valuable because it is transcendent now. It's not your own property anymore, but it's a property of the world. So, is there an app for this process? Can technology possibly make this speech-making process easier? Because I know that all of you are experienced speechwriters. All of you go through the same ordeal that I go through whenever I have to write a speech. You know, we start with an idea, we revise, revise, revise. And we have to come to grips, we have to overcome our own doubts, our own myriads of frustrations in order to implement the kind of story that we are trying to tell. So, if there was an app for this process, I would call it I Think. It's an application of the brain.